Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm JD Blake, and I'm here working on some stream production stuff today. Although, once again, I decided to be a little bit lazy and not have everything perfectly set before getting started. So I'm gonna kick over to vMix here, and we're gonna start building some of this up for what we need to do today. We need to edit some of these captures. So let's see here. First things first, let's go into overlay, and it's gonna do a bunch of weird infinity crap. I can't avoid that, sadly, but now we got the NDI open. So somewhere in here we need overlay compy. There you are. And we'll just grab, actually, yeah, I'll just grab display one. That's fine. We'll grab the whole monitor. All right, so now we have overlay. Let's look. Yeah, it goes off into infinity. Why is it going off into infinity? It's because I'm showing vMix, and so so it's catching that. Let's check something real quick. I'm gonna switch over to my camera, and now if I show overlay, now it doesn't go off into infinity. Okay, wait, hold on. If I go back to vMix, it'll still do it. So I just need to not show that. That's weird. I don't feel like I remember it being that way before. It must be because I'm capturing the desktop view of vMix. We're gonna try and change this real fast. You're gonna lose my view for a second. We're gonna do local desktop capture of vMix, and hopefully that brings it back here. Yes, no, maybe not. Okay, apparently that doesn't want to work. It's weird. I swear that normally works, but it must be like vMix 2 or vMix 3. Okay, so there's vMix 2. That's so weird. It should definitely be vMix 1, but whatever. There it is. That doesn't fully fill the frame though. That kind of bugs me because it doesn't catch my Windows bar. So I'm just gonna go back to the normal. We won't care if it does weird things. Whatever. It is weird that the overlay computer's doing that, but I think I understand why. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I should still be able to show you the overlay. Well, no, that's weird. Why is it going off into infinity like that? It shouldn't be like that. Unless it's because, let's see here. If I switch over to active out mode and drop my camera over it, show overlay comp. No, it's still doing it. That's strange. It must be because of some weird thing I have set up, because it doesn't normally do that. Usually I think I can show off the overlay computer and it doesn't matter. Strange. Yeah, because it's like, I guess it's normally because I'm using the external renderer. Maybe it's because I'm not using the external renderer. No. Yeah, I'll bet you that's it. I'll bet you it's because I'm not using the external renderer. Doesn't matter. We're not going to use that today, so I'm not going to care. Okay, now I just got to remember which one this is. So I think I want display one from my audio computer. Let's find out if that's true. Audio PC one should be that one. Hooray, it works. Alright, let's do the second one. If this isn't how I have it set up, then I should definitely change it. So, display 2. And I should be able to show off that display now. Cool. And I think that's all that I need. Camsys, I guess we can pull Camsys up just in case I do any weird lighting stuff, but I really probably shouldn't be messing with it. We'll just grab that. I'll work on figuring out the overlay computer thing. I think it's because of the external output, but I'm not sure. It is weird though. Because I definitely wouldn't have like built it like that and left it alone. Sorry, I wasn't showing you vMix. Is Camsys working? Camsys is working, and you can see my mouse in Camsys now, so that's cool. It's weird how this like mouse thing like loops on itself because it's on the secondary output screen. That's funny. Okay. I think that gets me everything I need for working on this right now. That's really weird about the output thing, but I guess it makes sense because if it's feeding the output of the overlay computer into the overlay computer, it would make sense that that loops on itself. I feel like I had a solution for that at some point in time though, so that's strange to me. Although, oh yeah, that's right. When I'm editing, I have this down here. Okay, so let's just go back to PC1 and let's pull up this session. I don't know. One of these days I'll make it all work. I don't know. I'm going to turn my backlight up a little bit. That was a little bit low. Well, I need to go get some water here shortly. Someday I'll figure all this shit out. And then I'll break it again. I'm 100% sure of that. I should have filled this with water. I was actually thinking about buying a second one when I was at the store, and I should have done that. But whatever. I'm going to leave that on for now. It's just an alarm to remember to take the garbage out tonight. I should leave that. Okay, it's just about loaded. There we go. Let me make sure everything's off that needs to be. We'll probably need my guitar engaged. Bass is engaged. Drums are engaged. Okay. So everything is off that should be off. Let me make sure that the timecode track. Yeah, I want to turn the timecode track off. Actually, you know what? It doesn't matter because I'm not on the playbacks that actually run the timecode. Chat music off. Okay, and Slav's alerts are off. I need to remember to reset all of that before I call it a day today. So let's see here. What's one that Deanie knows that makes sense to work on? Eric doesn't know this one yet, but I need to teach it to him, or at least work it out since Deanie knows how to play it. I already did Dark World pretty good. I should go through Bluefields because I remember Bluefields being kind of garbagey. So let's turn off my camera changes and turn on the ones with Deanie and Eric. And let's pull this down because we're going to be listening and watching. So let's see here. Let's go over to like the vMix Reaper overlay so we can kind of watch the camera changes happen in real time. I'm going to turn my vector scope off so that we can see what actually goes into preview. And I also don't need the overlay camera. That's a bit redundant. So let's see what happens here. My keyboards are going to be missing. I should hook those up real quick. It's going to take just a moment. Theoretically, they should still be open, I think. Let's find out if it's still open. Let's connect up Omnisphere. 3 buffers, connect it to Omnisphere, and then I need to real quickly go over to, is it 207? No, it's not 207, it must be 206. It's not 206. What the hell is your IP address, computer? I guess it could be 205. Yep, there we go, 205 is the answer. It's gonna throw me a couple type VNC errors. Omnisphere. Let's pull that up. More beautiful Chrono Trigger music. Okay, so we want Bluefields. Okay, now let's unmute my mixing MIDI and let's solo that bus out and see if it's working or not. It's gonna zoom here in a second. Okay, so let's see if this is working or not. Not a very smooth fade, is it? Seems to be working. Okay, what's the full mix volume? A little too loud. Is this what we're listening to? Okay. I might work on the mix a little bit while I'm here too, because it sounds kind of like shit to me. Okay, so let's focus on these camera changes first. So let's pull in vMix here so we can see it. Actually, you know what? I think we should go the other way around. You need to see more what I'm working on here. This is going to get tricky though, because I'm going to need to show the third screen. I think, yeah, I have one for vMix camera changes. Okay, so let's do all the camera changes first, and then we'll come work on the mix. Because I think the camera changes make more sense to get done. So let's see here. Pull out a Camsys, go to Reaper. I need to get my window sets. Let's open this up and do. It's dual MIDI that I want. There we go. Get the dual MIDI going. So camera changes for that one and for that one. That's weird that it didn't open them up properly. Can I just switch to it here? I might be able to just switch to it. Camera changes. I really need a bigger view of this, and you all can't see anything of what I'm doing. So let me change that so you can actually see what I'm doing. So Bluefields, can I open that? If I do that, does it open it in this editor? If I hit the eyeball, does that open it in this editor? No. Okay, so how do I get it to open it in this editor view? I thought that I should be able to open this up like this, but apparently that's not going to work for me because I'm on different tracks. So let's just go ahead and close these, and I'm going to open new ones and reposition them. And what do you know, one of them almost worked for me. Come on, computer. You can do it. You can do it. Resize. Okay. Ah, damn it. I hate the way these windows snap. It's such a pain. I always got to kind of be careful about it because I'm always unintentionally snapping them to the wrong things. Like that. Oh, mouse without borders, you're trying to kill me. Okay, so now that we've got that set, let's throw it into camera change mode, and hopefully that's not so small that you can't see anything, but we need to be able to see our play view here. I kind of wish I had like some kind of graphic or something in there. I might add something here to the bottom. Did I leave myself something in my multi-view? Of course I didn't, but I have since learned I can do this, which I didn't know that I could do. Do I just have like a color somewhere? I've got like a dark blue color. It doesn't do too much, does it? Because it's very, very opaque. Or not very opaque. I don't know what the right thing to say there is. Or maybe it's just not updating because I haven't left out of here yet. Maybe that's the answer. Did that do it? No, that didn't do it. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's fine. We're moving on. So let's watch through this. So what's happening here in the beginning? So we're doing crossfades on almost everything in this song. And that's definitely not what I'm going to want. And then we show everybody. It's starting to feel like I did edit this already. It's weird. Let's turn that down a little bit. Okay, so that's definitely not right. Let's go back through this section. So we definitely do not want to see this keyboard shot here, which I'm not sure we were supposed to. So I think for that one, this is where things get tricky. I hate using this auto fade thing. I kind of wish I'd have just I wish I could automate the quick play amount instead of having to do this fade this way, because I don't love this. I think that there's another way that I could do it. Maybe. I feel like I came up with an idea for a way to change this, but it would require a lot of work, so I'm not going to worry about it. So we come from the Eric camera over to this camera, but I'm playing this like keyboard part still, so I think going to the GoPro here makes sense, or going to this shot. Nope, can't see anything there, so let's go to the GoPro shot. So we're in the GoPro. Then we go back to guitar. I feel like it's weird to go to this keyboard camera here because I'm not really doing anything. So I think maybe we're gonna change this to like an overhead. No, we've seen that somewhat recently. We haven't really seen this drum camera, and that's a moment for a fill. So I think we're gonna show the drum camera. I'm playing lead with him. Definitely want to go to a drum camera here. I also feel like from here, like things get a little bit more, like they pick up a little bit. So I think from here on out, we're going to switch over to cuts. I think. We're gonna see about that. So switch it over to channel, is it channel 2 to cut? Okay, that's fade to black. That's clearly not right. So it must be channel 3 to cut. Man, I haven't done this in a while. I'm rusty, but I remember now. Channel 3 to cut. Hopefully that didn't, Actually, what does it do if I hit fade to black? Doesn't do anything because I'm not actually sending program output right now. Okay, that's interesting. So if we come in on this verse, so when we come to this final theme, so we're gonna do Eric's guitar close up if the computer ever catches up. I'm gonna give myself 8th note grid here. We're gonna go to the drum overhead shot because we haven't seen that much. There's gonna be a fill there, and we're gonna like ramp up the camera shots here for a second. We'll do that one and then do maybe that one to show everybody. Coming from here to here looks like crap. So let's do this. Let's switch those two up so that we're breaking that up. Definitely don't want the face cam. That's not useful here. I'm playing like a keyboard melody part, so we could come back to, and you can't really see what I'm doing in this camera. What's something you could see it? No, not really there. And we're coming from a wide shot, so let's pick a tight. Actually, let's go back to Deanie playing drums. And then this one can be everybody. Now that should be another keyboard shot. And then we'll do Eric for the end. Yep, there we go. Also, I want to split these up a little bit and make them not so just like generic on the beat. Let's let them anticipate a little bit. Same with this one. Let's hesitate that an eighth note. No, that one felt weird to be not on the beat. Maybe even like rush that one in. Nope, that's weird to rush it in. We got to finish that one off at the right time, or on the beat. Yeah, that's definitely not right. It should be there. And then maybe switch to Eric here. Something to change out the pacing a little bit, because we've just been kind of generic. I might go change the pacing on some of the fades too. And then here, I don't want to do fades again yet. We're going to do the drum cam last. You can't see what I'm playing in that camera. Maybe, where did we come from? We came from Eric's guitar. So I don't really want to show a concentration shot. We'll do this here, and we're just going to sit here. Show the wide of the room. And then that's definitely not right. We want to go to the keyboard close-up shot, which I need to get a better keyboard close-up shot. I'm still not even close to happy with this one, but sure the stream's still up. I need to get a good confidence monitor. So, and then let's rush this transition in a little bit quicker. Let's cut the camera here. That was too soon. This is on 16th notes. That's the problem. I only wanted an 8th note early. I also think that this might be the time for... No, it's kind of a... Well, yeah, I don't want to do a fade. I don't want to do a fade. We're going to do something else. So what we're going to do here is... Where was that fade at? Let's find out. So it's right here. So let's look at where it is. Bring that over here and turn it into channel 4. Then we're going to bring another channel 4 like right here, and then right here we're going to put a channel 3 edit. And this way we can bring in an animated transition, which that was weird. That's not what that's supposed to do. There we go. That's what it's supposed to do. So which one do I want it to be? Let's find out. I think I want to bring in the custom transitions. Oops, wrong thing. Is it star? No, I don't remember what my insert button is. So let's go to MIDI editor, new MIDI item. There we go. That's what I wanted. And who knows, you know, maybe I might use another one of these earlier. So I'm going to set this here at the key change. Let's, I really wish it wouldn't do that off the basic rip, but whatever. Let's make this 8 quarter notes. So what do I want to do? What makes sense for Final Fantasy? Let's look at this. That is a cool transition, but I do feel like I use it pretty often. So maybe, I mean, honestly, oops. Ooh, That's interesting. That's not what I thought that was going to do. Oh, okay. I see. I was moving the wrong MIDI item. What if we do 3 windows? What does that look like? Yeah, no. What about the rectangular? I need to get rid of that 3 windows one. That one's kind of crap. That one's kind of crap too. Some of these just need to get replaced with better choices. Let's try mono 6. Yeah, I like that. I think that makes sense. I need like a cool Final Fantasy sound for this, but also let's name this. Let's grab. I know this is a little bit small, but hopefully you can see what it is that I'm doing. Oops, I didn't mean to jump. I wanted to come to here. Add a name to that. Okay. And then let's check this out. Let's see if it works. I do think. Also, is that what that's supposed to do? Is that supposed to overlay into channel 3? That's interesting. I could have swore that my overlay channel was channel 1, but maybe not. Maybe I'm mistaken. I mean, it must be 3. That's what's happening, but I think I want to add in. Oops, didn't mean to do that. I think I want to add in getting to overhead drum camera real fast before we get out for the fill. That was interesting that it screwed that up. Let's see here. Does that reset the animation? Let's double check it. Yep, it reset it now. Okay. So we're halfway through. I want to go back. I got the camera changes right, but now I want to go look at when the transitions happen, because I think that we want to massage that a little bit. That one's fine. I think I want to push that one a little bit earlier. And then let's push this one late a beat. Actually, you know what? That one will be a lot more interesting if we see my jump to the other keyboard, I think. I feel like that's more interesting this way. Maybe even earlier. No, not earlier. Also, I think Eric's playing that, so we might throw a second transition in here. I think it's fast enough to do 2. Do I have another good Eric shot though that's not the same one? No, I really need another good guitar close-up of Eric. Well, I think I'm just gonna stick with the keyboard shot because of that. I do like going to that kind of concentration close-up. I know he hates that shot, but I really, really dig it. Okay, so that's a bad camera change. Going from the vocal close or the Eric close to this, it's a weird kind of disjointed move, and I don't think it would do a merge. I kind of like the idea of seeing a wide shot of the room, but maybe we'll go to this wide shot. That's weird that I don't have a wide shot with both of them in it there. We saw this camera a little too recently, so let's go to the... Oh, that is that one. Let's just go to the main shot. We haven't seen that at all. So what, Eric? I don't know how I felt about all of that, because we're going right back to guitar after having been there. Although it's not that bad. It's not too bad of a transition. Although I haven't seen the drums much, but I do kind of want to catch this fill, because I'm sure Deanie will do some kind of fill. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Let's catch that transition a little bit early though. Where is it? It's the verse. So let's... Actually, you know what? Let's see him finish the fill and then we'll transition. I need to back it up a little bit. Yeah, I like that. Then we're doing some longer paced. I'm doing a melody. Cut. Okay, now we're going to stay here for a moment. That shouldn't be there. Back to guitar. Okay, so now we're on to the second repetition. I'm fairly certain that at the end of this I want to go to a 3-shot that I don't currently have that I'm going to have to make. So let's get to that and then I'll make that 3-shot. Do I want to make it in Photoshop or do I want to just eyeball it here? That's an interesting question. Also, I really need to work on making buttons to move stuff in the various multi-views so I can use the merge more often. I have figured out how to do that now, but the level of automation to make it happen in a lot of these multis is going to be a bit on the gross side. I know I could do it, but it's not going to be fun. I just need to think through it all, but I'm sure it's very doable because, like, I would love to be able to always run this merge transition. Like, it just looks so much better, but I would like to be able to come back to this camera and run the merge and not have that happen. It's all very doable. It's just going to take a fuck ton of automation. It's just going to take a lot of thinking. And I don't know with some of the let me just go to vMix here real quick. With some of the bigger multis, it may not be possible in the same way, but you know, I would really like to be able to constantly run these merges, but it's just like something like that. It would have to be like, if I go and look at this thing, I'd have to have that turned off, which is problematic because I'm using it to frame the shot, and it looks way, way better with it. I mean, obviously I could go do all the cropping necessarily to make that happen, but it's just not likely to work. I can't have it on the bottom if I move the Eric Tight Shot up above like that and merge it, now it's at least, oh, that's a lot better actually. That looks immensely better. Let's take a look at the active view and I'll get myself on here, but let's, oh, that's why it's there. Okay. So if I hit that, like that definitely looks a lot cooler. Yeah, that does look really good. So I just need to go think through all that bullshit. Okay. Well, I do know how to do it. It's just going to take some time. A lot of time. And make sure I don't fuck it up. I'll just have to do it one input at a time because it's just going to be atrocious to try and get it all. Man, I wish I didn't have to make these as multiple, which I guess I don't. If I'm cutting, I could just turn them off and on with a different switch and I could get rid of this whole input right here. I could probably, what does this thing look like? Does it have an alpha in it? It does, because I bet you I could just be like turning things on the beat, and I could probably turn this multi into one input instead of multiple inputs. That seems super terrible though. A lot of MIDI automation to make that work. Let's go finish this up. So I was through the first half and we're starting back at the top. Oops, we need to, so we're showing my keyboard tight and then we're going right to Eric. We're staying on this for a good amount of time. I think I want that to happen a little bit sooner so it's not just like predictably on the beat. Let's give it like there. That should be Eric's camera, not me, but okay, and that's where we dumped out last time, was to this shot. So I think we're gonna go somewhere else this time. Let's go to the drums. That'll be more entertaining. Do I really want to mess with that? Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it. So this is the drum. Where's the keyboard overhead shot? Let's move it to my Zoom version of that. Forgive all of the craziness here. Boy, I should really like, I've learned so much about vMix. I really should like rebuild a lot of this from scratch. Like I should just start over, but that would take forever. So this is Zoom, piano overhead, and then now I need to go and create a Zoom positions, new MIDI item. Oops, I didn't mean to open that. I meant to, oops, I definitely didn't mean to do that. Let's grab the name of it. Not Magna Centipede. I need to rethink through Magna Centipede because that one's got just so much garbage. Like I really got to rethink that one. So I need to go to the zoom positions for the piano overhead and set it to default at the head of the song so that I'm sure that it's there. And then where is this at? Where is this happening? This is happening in the second melody. So it's right in here somewhere. Here we go, it's right here. So I think right here we want to hit position 3. Oh, that's way, way, way too tight. And not even close to where I want it. Where's position 2 at? Okay, so I think we want to do a pull out because of the nature of this shot. So what we're going to do is we're going to set it into position 2. And then right here before we go, we're going to hit position 1. And it'll start the pull out while we see the shot happen. So let's give this a try. It would have been easier to just do this with merges, but that would be a lot of inputs rather than virtual inputs. So maybe this will work. Let's try it. That feels... That was perfect. It was weird that we went to that shot early though. Like, why did that happen? So if we start here with the guitar. Then we got the drums. Something's going on weird here. Did I move it in the wrong place or something? Because that shot's not till way up here. Ugh, too many things to look at. Where's my playhead here? Feels like it did it right that time, doesn't it? So we've got the guitar. Oh, I see what's happening. It's running a transition that it shouldn't be because I don't have things set yet. So I think we need to move this back to prep it. Yeah, there we go. That was the problem. Cue my pull-out shot. That one felt like it came in early. That should be the keyboard shot. Drums, and I think we're gonna have that drum thing happen late. Drums. And once again, I think we're going to push this back a beat. I think we're going to go back a full beat. So that'd be the drums. Okay, I'm not even playing that keyboard part, so let's just nix that and just sit on this guitar a little bit. Yeah, I think we'll go to a wide here. This should be this camera right now. Here's where it would be really cool to do a merge over to a 3-shot. Maybe merge to a 3-shot. Makes no sense to use that camera shot at all. Let's think through this. You know, I'm just gonna do a drum shot, but we're gonna do like a drum shot pull out kind of thing. So what was this? This was the keyboard shot, right? So let's go to, actually, yeah, I want to make a new multi. So let's go to the zoom drum. Do I have a zoom for the drums, or did I never make one? Or did I just not make a... I've got the drum wide here. I just never made one to put it into preview and program apparently. So let's fix that. We're gonna come over here to PC2 so you can see it a little better. Show all the note rows and make sure that we're looking at named notes. And of course I didn't build it with some space for myself because I'm a moron. Actually, did I put it down here at the bottom maybe? Maybe I did that. Zoom base type. Well, I guess I'll put it right here because I'm stupid. Zoom drum type. So let's go back over to vMix. Shortcuts. Where are the zooms at? Preview input. Somewhere here. Yep. Never built one. So we'll clone that input. And it should be note 24 instead of 82. 24. And we want to preview the drum wide. Drum W zoom. Sure. And then now let's look at the cut direct. Where do I have all that at? Cut directs. Somewhere here I have a zoom. Camera, 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 camera. Where are the zooms? Do I not have cut directs for the zooms? That'd be weird. What is this? Yeah, these are just... Boy, hold on a sec. Man, that graphics card is chugging. I really need to work on that. Okay, so these are Stream Deck cut directs. Don't I have some... Okay, here's my cut directs. Zoom guitar ultra tight. So we'll clone that. And make that 24. That's what I was looking for. Zoom drum W. I don't need it in the web controller. Okay. So now if I come and click this button, I should put something else in the preview to make sure it's actually working, huh? There we go. And if I hit that on channel 3 instead, should cut it there. And it most certainly didn't because I didn't change the input because I'm a dumbass. And now I've got to go find it. It's in here somewhere. Cut directs, zoom drum wide. Change that to zoom drum wide. Now it'll work. Zoom drum wide. There we go. Got it. Okay. Sorry. I need to go back to showing everything. It's really hard to remember that. Now what was I doing? I think what I want to do is go ahead and throw in a preview for the Zoom drum type. Boy, I really hate that I did this to myself. And then we'll hook that up like right here. We'll get that keying in. Does that sound right? We'll start it right about there. And then we want to pull up the zoom positions. I should have already built this, and we want to make sure that we are in the wide shot. This time we're going to do a push in, I think. And where are we at? Are we here? Yep. So let's go ahead and set it to be at number 1, and then we're going to push to number 3, maybe? Number 3 is pretty tight. Let's try number 2. Where does number 2 take us? I don't really care for that. Where's number 4? Is it just like super zoom in? Yeah. Let's just go to 2 and let's go edit 2, because I don't know that I've really spent some time editing this, but because I want it to be panned this way to catch the front of the drum kit. I want him to end up over there in the 3rd. So where does that transition happen? It happens right here. So we're going to start our poll just momentarily before that. Let's see what it does. Oh, you know what? I should set up this, putting it into position 1 a lot earlier, since it's such a slow poll. I don't think I did that right because I didn't see it happen, or I wasn't watching early enough. Oh, I'm in the first half of the song. I'm so stupid. Okay, so it should be at the end of verse 2. That was weird. Did it not remember the position I put it in? Or is that 3? That must be 3. That must be 3. So let's change you to 3. And I also think that maybe it's a little too zoomed in, because I don't want it to be such a perceptible I don't want it to be such a perceptible pull. I want it to be a little bit more, you know, a little bit more subtle. Let's put it back out in position 1 and try watching again. Should be right here. Okay, so it was good, but we need to let it finish, which means pushing this last transition off. So let's see if that makes it all the way. I should reset it. Wrong camera, but we'll deal with that later. Doesn't matter for now. What we care about is what this push looks like right here. It's still too early, because I want that push to totally finish. So let's load the right camera up. Still just a little bit early. And then I think what we're going to do is go to a 3 shot. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what to do here. I don't know how I'm feeling about this push. Seeing it, I think that it needs to start earlier. So where is it starting? It's starting right here. So I think we want to start that earlier, which means we also need to prep the move earlier. So many buttons. So many buttons. All right, so let's pull this back out to the full shot. And then let's test it out and see how it does. Yeah, that looked okay. We definitely don't need to change cameras so quickly here. We're just gonna get rid of this one as well as, because we don't need this shot, this vocal tight shot at all. Doesn't need to be there. Definitely not that. I think I want to create a 3-shot here to go to, but I want to merge it, but I don't know that I want to write out all the logic for all of that because it's going to be a huge pain to write. I know I don't want to go to that. At the very least, maybe, you know what? Where's the guitar? Eric's guitar one. Yeah, we've seen it fairly recently. You know what we haven't seen? Well, we just came from a drum shot though. So maybe I'm playing this keyboard, but we've seen that somewhat recently. I'm just going to go back to the guitar. It's the most interesting thing happening at the moment. And then we've got... I don't know that we need to cut every single one of those times. Or at least it should have like a little bit of like give it a little breathing room here. Like that. That's stupid. Cutting for a quarter of a second, that's dumb. I do like ending on the drum shot, but I'm gonna give it a little bit of... I think that's enough right there. No, I think I want to show it late. I'm not gonna show that drum hit until he's done. Because we'll see the last hit, but not the one before it. I think I like that a lot. And then that's clearly not right, the way that's ending. Actually it's okay, but I may as well tighten that up a little bit. Make sure it's well hidden. It's a little bit earlier than I would like, but I think that'll work. I also should have saved this as a new version. It's not even March yet. I don't know what the hell I was thinking when I labeled that. Okay, so I think we're good. I don't know that I'm going to make a 3-shot. Ugh, I really do need to think through the logic for all those things, though. Let's... Man, it just really sucks, because if they get off cycle, they get really, really fucked. No, that's not true. If I build it right, it'll be fine. So let's just, let's go to vMix, and let's try and work through the logic of some of this. I'm going to turn up some music. Because this is going to be a lot of thinking. Okay, so if I go into my multis, let's take a simple one. I think I want to leave that. No, I don't want to leave that on. That does suck because I can't. So what I want to do is I want to move the alpha all the way to the bottom, and I think I should do that on every single one of these. So let's go do that first things first. I didn't used to know that I could do this. This one doesn't have an alpha. These ones I wish I would have built not as virtuals because they don't need to be. I could rebuild them, but seems highly likely that I'm gonna fuck that up if I try and rebuild them. Do these have alphas in them? They do have alphas in them. So again, I'm gonna move those all the way down to the bottom. I should rebuild these. I should not be lazy and I should rebuild them. I really don't wanna. It sounds terrible. All right, move the alpha down because we can change this up and do different shots inside of this, I think. I could do set positions as well with Stream Deck button or with automation inside of Reaper. Either one of those sound pretty tedious. I'm gonna go grab my water though. I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, let's see if I can figure out how this is gonna work. So at least move the alphas down. I don't really necessarily want to go through that with every single one of these, I don't think. Well, I should just go move all my alpha channels or all my map bars down, whatever the fuck I want to call them. I don't even know. Oh, that would be a cool one to be able to reset into different things, I think. That's weird that I have the camera up above. Oh, it was because I was testing. That's right. So move that back, bring the alpha down to the bottom. Well, no, I have to do it that way. So no matter what, if I have these alpha bars up, you're going to notice the merge transition, which is maybe a good reason to try and crop it without having the alpha bar. Just use them as guidelines, and then I could run the merges, and the merges would look good. Okay. Do I have an alpha in here? I do. I could do this differently, but I'd have to go rewrite the automation inside the song that uses it. And I don't know if I am smart enough to do that or not. I feel like I should be. There should be a simple way to like turn this input off and on in the multi-view, but that would require another MIDI channel. Yeah, that's more headache than it's worth. I don't use this often enough to care. I should see if there's a way to do like a set position. That's interesting that I did just turn them off. They're here, but they're off. I should get rid of that. I should set these to nones, and I should move that to there. If for nothing else than consistency's sake. And then there's me all verticalized. Set that to none. Set that to none and move them in position. I'm so glad that I learned how this works. And then we have the all vertical. And then all I need to do on this one is move the alpha bars down. Okay. Oh, we're making progress. I'll want to revisit these as I finish up and make sure that I didn't screw them all up, but like a shot like this is one that would be really cool if I could swap them out, but you can see where I was lazy and didn't do cropping, which means I should probably go through these shots and actually crop them all and not be lazy about it like this. And this one I'm 100% sure that I didn't do any cropping. Yeah, I was really lazy about this one. Well, and also this one has the rounded bars, so there's not much I can do about that. This is where I started getting smarter about the mats. I put them at the bottom because I had so many. Also, this one's going to be a problem because man, how am I going to do that with that many inputs to make sure nothing steps on the other one? We'll deal with that later, and maybe I won't worry about merges on those because there's not a good way to do it anyways. This one I could definitely, well, I do like having the rounded bars. Well, what does it look like doing the merge with that? Like if I bring this in, run it in, and then go to my multi here. Oh, I grabbed the wrong camera. Also, I should be like just cutting this with my Stream Deck. I don't know why I'm being stupid. Okay, so if I run the merge with that, I can't tell if that's not working just because it's below. So let's find out. Let's grab Eric's guitar here instead. Nah, it still doesn't work because the alpha bar is up on top and there's no way I can do rounded corner cropping. So that becomes a question of, do I care about the rounded corner cropping or not? It is kind of a cool effect. It's also not perfectly designed, so it might be worth it to just crop it and remove the alphas. I'll have to think about that. I'm just gonna open all of these. It's easier to, well, do these have alphas on them? No, they're just like comps. I don't think these have alphas on them either. They're just cuts. Okay. So the 4-tile ones would be ones to look at for sure. What the hell was I thinking here? This whole shot makes no sense. Like there's not a time where this ever makes any sense. I wish I knew where I used this. I'm gonna leave it alone for now. We'll revisit that. That was maybe just being stupid. Okay, so it's got the 6 bar on it. Also, I feel like I really wish I had designed this a little bit differently. But it's also like so late in the game now that I don't know that I really want to go back and redo it. This is one that would be really cool to be able to do, but again, the alpha, I'd have to, this is an easy one to get rid of, but that almost doesn't make sense ever. Like if I'm, oops, if I run that merge and then I put my guitar tight shot here and merge it, what happens? Problem here is if I put that on top, it's going to change the composition of the shot, but it's not going to do it until after I merge the transition, until I hit the merge transition. So that one I would almost have to think ahead even more. That kind of sucks. That's a cool shot, like especially for stuff where we're doing like dual guitar stuff. Really cool shot. Okay, so is any of this even worth bothering with, or am I just like, I think this one's worth thinking through. So we got the guitar and the bass tight. So let's think through the logic of this. If I say on transition in of guitar tight, on transition in, I want to move this thing's position in the multi-view, which I can't remember what it puts, or what that's. Move multi-view overlay, I think is what I want. And we're gonna go from index 1 to 9. Assuming that it's in index 1 position, or multi-view, yes. So we want to move it from 1 to 9, and then we want to say on transition out, move. Does that really not work? Oh, it's because I'm in transition. I will move, multi-view overlay, and we want to move, or on transition out of the guitar tight. We want to move it back from index 9 to index 1, and we want to give it a 1 second delay. And then let's repeat that on transition in for move multi-view input overlay. When we move to the drum or the bass tight shot, we want to move that from index 2 to 10. Wait, is that right? Yeah, that's right, because this one doesn't have any, no, it does have an alpha. Shit. So maybe this is all for nothing. Move that to 8. 8 to 1, and then there, this will go to 9. And then now we want to do on transition out, go 9 to 2. Oh, damn it. On transition in, go from 2 to 9. Add, not edit. And then I also want to add a 1 second delay to that. So let's try it. Let's get this shot in here, and then we'll go to our main cameras, and let's preview my guitar tight shot, and run the merge. And it sort of works, only because of the alpha bars screw it up, so I should crop out the alpha bars. If I crop those out, then I think this works. So let's go back to the multi. If I can at least get some of them to work, that'd be good. So let's blow this up so we can see as much of it as possible. So let's start cropping. Which one is this? This is this side, okay. So I want to move it until I can't notice. So let's do 1290, 1280, 1260 I can notice, so 1280, 1279. There's got to be a better way to do this. I wish I could like zoom in and do this in a more pixel perfect way. This really bugs me. What happens if I turn it off? Do I see it move? I don't see it move, so I think we're in good shape. We lose the kind of fuzzy border thing, which I'm a little bummed out by, because the fuzzy border thing's kind of cool. Oh, you know what? It's basically already there. If I just turn that off, isn't it? Yeah, it's already there. I don't even need the alpha. So if that's the case, now if I run and I do a merge back, and then if I go back to my guitar camera, it did not throw it on top. Why not? So on transition in, move from 1 to 8. That looks right. Position 1. Position 1 should move to 8, and it's not doing it. Why is that not working? It did not move. Move multi-view overlay. On transition in forward to the guitar tight. Because why is that not working? That feels like it should be working. It doesn't seem to be moving them at all. Because I want to set this to be... No, this is right. Interesting. I'm pretty sure that this is correct. I don't want to set multi-view overlay. I want to move the overlay from position 1 to 8. 2 to 9, 9 to 2. It all looks right, but it doesn't seem to be moving, does it? It's not moving them. So why is it not moving them? Video current should be fine because of what I'm doing. Like, I shouldn't need to select that. Current should be good. Boom, boom, boom. Am I not doing the right one? Let's see if the Eric one's working. Let's go to the base tight and merge it. I mean, it looks like it's working, but that's potentially deceiving. Did it actually move its position in the multi-view? It did not. I wonder why it didn't move its position in the multi-view. I had this working the other day. Oh, okay, so that's how you zoom in and check on that. Okay, that's cool. Let's see here. I need to think. I'm clearly doing something wrong. Because what it should be doing is taking this and moving it to position 8 like that, and then back to position 1. And it should be doing it every time I run on transition in. It's not on overlay in, it should be on transition in. Move multi-view overlay. That looks correct. Move multi-view overlay. And it's when we transition this camera in, we want to move position 1 to position 8. Yeah, it all looks right to me. So what am I doing wrong? Camera, guitar tight. Yeah, that looks right. But it doesn't seem to be working, so clearly something's wrong. Well, I may give up on this for the moment and work on something else because I don't use this often enough to really care that much at the moment. I'm bothered by it though. It really does kind of bug me here. Move overlay and input multi-view. Is that not the right thing? Like, is it supposed to be layer? Where is... So this is overlay. Maybe it's supposed to be an input? I think overlay is the right thing, but let's try multi and see what else is in here. I don't want to set the multi-view overlay, I don't think. I mean, that would theoretically work, but that's not what I want to do. I want to move the multi-view overlay. I definitely want to move it. Well, that's strange. I think that that's all right, but it doesn't seem to want to work, so apparently I'm not doing it right. That's only working because it's already on top, and yeah, that's not moving itself the way it's supposed to. I have this working on my computer at the office. Don't know why it's not working here. Because it should be setting itself up above. And I'm clearly missing something somewhere. Okay, so that's there. So it should move from 2 into position 9 on transition in. Huh. Well, I clearly don't know. Maybe if I like mess around with merging other inputs or something, maybe that'll... is it because my merge is set to 1 second? Let's mess with this real quick. Let's set a merge to be like half a second. Oh, didn't mean to fade to black. Merge. So now if we come in here into my camera and merge it, nope, it's just faster. But it doesn't actually change the fact that it's not positioning itself up above. Very strange. I have no clue. From index to index. I think I'm doing it right. Like it should move it from 1 into 8. From 1 into 8. From 8 to 1. I'll have to go look at the... because it shouldn't be on overlay in or out. It should be on transition in or out, because that's when I'm moving it in to do the merge. Multi-view overlay, index 8. Toggle on or off multi-view overlay. Yeah, that's not what I want. This is what I want. It's just not working. Huh. Well, I'll come back to that. We made some progress there. Let's work on the mix a little bit, I think. So I was not quite feeling the overall mix of this. Also, I need to double check that my reverbs and everything's working. Let's go check the route tables, because it's been messing this up lately. And yep, see, didn't even have all my verbs and delays going. Okay, so let's hit solo on the drums. Let's just mix the drums and bass real quick. It'll be a little bit different when I have Deanie, because he plays a little bit differently than this. Also, I want to look at my I should probably show you Reaper while I'm working in Reaper, huh? All right, overall mix is at minus, it's at minus 20, so it's pretty perfect in terms of loudness. So we don't need to edit our loudness, we just need to edit tone. Oops, that's gonna hang. Let's bring the bass in. Also, what's this EQ supposed to be? Just its default, I guess, is what it's supposed to be. Bass default. Let's find out if that's really true or not. Yeah, you're supposed to be at the default value, which sounds okay. And this is on Thick Classic. Is that what it's supposed to be on? Yeah. Did I go back to auto items for this? Okay. I know I had a break on it. Like it fucked up, so I had to rethink it. Okay, so before I mess with the tone of that too much, these aux keys, they don't have a send down to the reverb. Oh, they do. We're gonna push these auxiliary keys into our reverb quite a bit. I want them to feel a bit more magical. Okay, where's my reverb channel? It's up here. Okay, we're getting plenty. Oh, I keep losing my place here. Up here. There. A little bit of reverb helps it. Okay, so let's get the drums and bass back going. I feel like the snare's a little dry. Also, it's just like the same level set for all of these. That's definitely not what I want. I think I want the overheads to have a little bit of verb here too. Clean up some of that. Might be hitting it a little hard, but I do kind of like this like big ambient snare. I kind of want this like nice big sound. I think it feels good for... The toms are kind of big and tubby. But I do think they're a little quiet. So, it's starting to sound better. The bass guitar, there's something about it I'm not loving, but I'm gonna revisit that later. I'm gonna worry about it for now. All right, let's get the keyboards in here. Oh, they're way up here. Okay. So the soft ambient pad definitely needs to come up in volume. I feel like I want some more brightness out of this thing too. What's the best way to do that? I don't really want to send anything into the master effects. Oh, right here. Here we go. So we've got a low shelf, and then let's add some high to this. Like, I just wanted to have a lot of air. And then let's also just, oops, I did not mean to change the volume on that. Let's also smash this thing into the 480. I'm going to just solo the keys for the moment. Oh, strange. Oh, that's why. Okay. Okay, so what's up? How's the editing going? Slow. Slow, 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 slow. There's a lot to do, and I'm not feeling particularly thrilled with any of it just yet. Is this wide or is this narrow? I don't really know. TBTTT, yeah. Working on the same shit I've been working on for years. Just trying to get it to sound a little better and look a little better, you know? Other than that, same shit. How's your night going? Better is always better, typically. Okay, so I think this patch is starting to sound pretty good, and I do like having the ambience in there. Let's look at number 2 now, because I want to do a reverb throw at the end of this melody, I think. So we want to have a little bit of reverb on it all the time. I'm going to solo out this thing. Let's get rid of Nexus here because I want to figure out which one's which. Just getting ready for bed. Nice. So Omnisphere is the more moogie of the two. So right there, because I have to jump back to the other keyboard. So from here out, let's throw this reverb. So it's got some hang to it. That should allow me to get off of my my deal. And then let's match that with Nexus. So let's bring Nexus into the equation here. I'm gonna mute the Omnisphere patch for a minute. Do I have a reverb send to Nexus? No. Great. Ugh, I don't know that I really want to do this. Actually, does the Nexus one even need it? Nah, the Nexus one has tons of decay on its own, so let's not throw Nexus. Okay, and then let's go ahead and add in, no, I don't want to do a new MIDI auto. I want to do a new auto item. Where's my button for this? Somewhere here. Yeah, it's got to be an automation. Insert auto item. There we go. So I want to do it on the send volume. There we go. And then let's go ahead and rename this thing as verb throw Bluefields. Verb throw Moog. Yep, verb throw Moog. And then let's copy it and move it to the second time it plays. That way I have that again. It's adding in all of these extra points that I don't need, which is always lovely that it does that. I know why it does it, and it makes a lot of sense. So like I'm not griping too hard, because under normal circumstances it would probably be a pretty helpful thing to have. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna rethink that and create a pooled duplicate in case I change anything about it. It'll also sound better when I play it better. So we have this nice washy thing, and then we've got this melody. I kind of think the Moog needs a little more of this chorus echo and a little bit more EQ on its own too. Maybe like a vintage 3-band. Just to cut a little bit of this mid-range out and give it some brilliance. And then maybe even a little bit of a distortion. Remove the wet a bit. Just something to give it a little bit of life. And then did it? Oh, it needs the verb throw here too, doesn't it? So let's do this. Let's just do a regular copy here. Because I want it to be like right here this time. Oops. Gotta remember which one I'm showing. So that should be like that. Yeah, that helps. So let's rename this Moog verb throw _2. Create my pool duplicate. And let's see here. So it's 2 beats before the final theme. So it should be there. I guess 2 beats is kind of relative to where I'm zoomed out, isn't it? So it should be 2 full. Boy, that's really hard to tell how far it is. It should be. I wish this gave me a better idea of how much I have selected. I think that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yep. That way it's got that kind of hang off decay there as it gets fed into the reverb channel. I think that's good for that. This sound doesn't need any reverb, to be sure. It sounds plenty good on its own. So let's come up here and make sure that we save this. So utility. I don't really want to go resave all of these. I just want to save the multi. FFA Bluefields. Let's save it. Override the existing multi. Yes, hooray. Back to this. Now let's go listen to it with the bass guitar. Only thought is that they should be a little bit louder. The leads, that is. Where do they start? Because they're a little below in the mix. And I think they're more interesting than the guitar version of it. Well, no. I should see how they blend with the guitar, because I have it down here. So... where's my aux guitar? There should be one here somewhere. There you are. I don't know that we really need much of this aux guitar anymore. I think it... because Eric's kind of playing along with it. So I think it could come down and just be a more ambient kind of thing, which also makes me feel like what we should do with it is make it more of a in the distance reverb. That way it's kind of a like a little candy to what Eric's playing. So let me get Eric's guitar in here. So I'll bring the main down and just verb it out a little bit more. I think we put a little too much delay on Eric's guitar here. We're just gonna back off some of that delay a little bit, because it's got a lot of delay. It's a little bit quieter of a track. We're not really pushing up to our full -20, but I think that's okay. I think it can be a little bit quieter of a track. It's not, you know, balls to the walls rock. I could up everything by 1 dB, but I don't know that I feel like it's worth it. Like, it's momentarily crossing the -20 threshold, but man, it's holding pretty strongly at -23 though, and that's pretty quiet. Can 1 dB make that much of a difference? Not by itself, but if I turn each instrument up 1 dB, then that's a considerable like additive difference, because everything is coming up a bunch. But the problem with that is it's going to change my reverb balance a little bit, and that's not great, which I could offset just by turning the effects bus up. But that's getting a little hacky. And I don't know that I want to do that. Let's see here. Let me think. How do I want to handle this? If we were to bring everything up, let's see here. We're at -1. That's at -5. Yeah, this would be a bit, it's adding a lot of automation, which I don't particularly love. But it is doable. I'm going to leave the 808 channel. These are all at 0, so those could come up, assuming that they're in the right spot. The aux keys could come up 1 dB. And the effects output could come up 1 dB, and that way it would stay in step since everything's pre-fader send. Am I missing anything? Am I thinking through everything? I think that's it. I think that's everything. So let's try and bring everything up 1 dB and see what it does. We don't need to care about any of that. My guitar doesn't have anything going on with it, which I really need to redo all of this, because like this whole VCA channels should just go away, but I would have to re-automate a whole bunch of stuff. Or wait, no, the VCA should stay. It's the volume automations on these bad boys that I wish I would have done differently. It's all bad. It's all bad. So let's try this. Let's bring this up to 0. And then aux guitar is going to go up to -4.5. And then the keys output goes to +1. The bass output goes to +1. These all need to go to +1, which I really should be syncing up Superior Drummer when I'm doing these tests, but Oh shoot, where was this at? So this goes to plus 2.4. Boom, doom. And then aux keys can come up to plus 3.5. And then the effects bus needs to come up plus 1. This is not the way I would love to handle this, but I will be better about mixing in the future. Let's see where this puts me. Might still be on the low side, so we might push it another, maybe even another 2 dB. Yeah, I think I might push it another 2 dB. Let's see what happens. We'll save here and go push everything 2 dB and see what it does. Again, like, interestingly, anybody listening is probably not going to hear any kind of difference because this is feeding into the mastering chain, not pre. You're hearing it after. So let's go up 2 dB from where we are. So that kind of changes the perceived volume. And then I didn't even look to see if there was any weirdness in any of these. I should do. Okay, there's not. Okay, so this is at -2, even though like it keeps changing its mind. Like it's like, yeah, or it's at +2. Where was it? It was at +1. So let's go up to +3. We're going to try and move up 2 dB. So -4.5 is going to be -2.5. Keys output needs to go to +3 because we're adding 2 dB. Bass output needs to come up to 3 dB. Yeah, and especially like I was saying, since this is pre-master, this is more affecting what we're going to hear in our headphones than it is what the audience hears. It'll affect the way the mastering chain responds, and it should make it sound a little bit more exciting, but not necessarily louder. It'll drive it a little bit harder, but it won't really, so this should be 4.4. It won't really change the perceived volume for the final output. This should be plus 2.6, or oops, 5.6. Where I should be at with this, right? Boy, it feels bad pushing it that high. And then my effects output needs to go to +3. So let's check out where that's at now. Reset the meter. If you're wondering, what I'm watching is this meter right here. It's telling me the loudness. Yeah, we're pushing over -20 now. We're like right at -20, so it might be pretty perfect right now. All the meters. You gotta know what you're hearing. You gotta get that verification. It sounds pretty good to me. I think we're in a good spot here. I'm not super happy about some of the hacky things I had to do to make this work automation-wise, but it'll be fine. And if you're interested in what I'm looking at, this is, oh, it's weird. You can see like the reflection in this screen because of the light. That's funny. I wish that was a more matte screen like the others, but we'll live. You get a double. Hooray! Okay, so let's do this. We're going to print this mix out. I'm going to send it to Eric and Deanie and get mix notes from them. And they're going to give me notes, and I'm going to tell them I don't care and to fuck off. I don't feel like it should be aux. Yeah, it should be aux 1. Let's make sure it's metering correctly. Okay, so let's record this. Where does it start exactly? Starts right there, so let's give it like that much lead in. And let's kill all the automation. And then after this, I'm going to blow up all the automation and take a look and clean things up. But let's go ahead and print this out real fast. We're going to listen through the whole song. I should have... Oh, you know what? I didn't think about this. Is the metering here going to affect the record levels? No, it shouldn't. I guess we can test it. Let's find out. If I bring it all the way down, is it still working? Oops, come on. Go back to Reaper. Yeah, it's fine. So this is just for us. I think it's time for some SM Rando. That does sound fun. You gonna do it? You should stream it. I'll watch it. Oh, you just started one? Nice. I hope it is hot garbage. Yo, what's up, Wolf Dog? How you doing? That didn't work out so well with the radiance alert while I'm listening to music, because it doesn't duck properly in this setup. But what's up, Wolf Dog? How you doing? I mean, you could do that. It's gonna be a little bit till I get off stream, but how's it going, Wolf Dog? How was stream? What were you working on? Or what were you doing? I'm doing okay. Just kind of, here, I'm going to turn this down a little bit. I feel like I'm yelling over it. I'm just finishing up this mix here. I hope. Just playing some music. Nice. That sounds like fun. Let's see here. I don't know why that NDI capture is not working quite right, but feels like it got a little bit quieter to me for some reason. Gotta remember to take that garbage out. Once the marquee hits, it'll give us a better view again. I gotta work on this NDI thing, because it still just doesn't seem like it captures the screens at quite as high of a quality as I would like. They look a little crunchy and garbagey. I'm not happy with it. But also at the same time, I didn't want to... Actually, I already had the capture cards hooked up, so I don't know why I didn't just roll with it, but... Okay, so let's... we want to go to just the mastering return, rename... let's see here. I guess I'll put this on my archive drive, maybe. Nah, I don't want to put it in there. Let's put it... let's just put it in Smashing Consoles, I guess. Mixes, Bluefields, and this will be Bluefields 021722. And let's also case this properly. Boy, that graphics card is not sounding good. And then we'll trash all of those files. Okay, so now we have the master. Let's go double check all the automation, make sure nothing looks super trashy. One sec. Yeah, I've got to take that computer apart. I really don't want to do it, but I really need to. It's going to take a couple hours. I'm really not looking forward to it. All right, let's scan through the automation of this track and see if anything looks funky or weird. Okay, so this is vocal mics. I don't know if I want to go down a full like minus 10 dB. Let's make that more like minus 6 dB. The click track looks good. We don't need any effect stuff. Yeah, I would not be able to get by with a different DAW. Like if I had to use Pro Tools for this or something, I would die. At work, I have to use Avid Media Composer for all my video editing, and let's just say I'm not a lover of Avid. And what's up, Raptor? How you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. Darth, we don't need you to go down that low. We want to keep that microphone up, and same with Deanie's mic. Maybe a little bit more because he got the drums going on, but I want him to be able to talk. And let's make sure that there's no other automation going on. We don't need to care about any reverb sends or anything for this particular track. I should change this now that I think about it. Did you switch to Reaper? I always thought, I could have thought for sure that you were still using Cubase, but I haven't asked in a while, so maybe you did switch and I was unaware. I thought so. I thought you were a Cubase kind of guy. I have only used Cubase once or twice, and I wouldn't say that I'm familiar enough to actually know anything about the program. I think if I were to fire it up, I would just be totally lost. Although I do think I have like a, let me look here. I think I have like a Cubase style theme. Maybe. I don't know if this is actually accurate, that this is the right theme. I might have made changes, so I'm scared to move off of it. I want to play with this because this is fun. How do I, theme adjuster? I definitely don't want to use that. I don't do this often enough to remember how to do any of this. Oh well, I'm not gonna worry about it. I have all these themes that I used to use that I don't use anymore. Like the API theme that makes it all look like an API console, which is kind of cool. I used to use this a lot, this kind of like bright look. I can't say that I really care. Like it's weird. When I first switched over to the dark theme, I thought it was weird, and now like looking at this, I can't handle it anymore. This one was kind of a cool one. At any rate, enough dorking it off. Let's get back to work. Checking my automation. But yeah, like once I got used to the dark mode theme, it's really, really hard for me to go back. Okay, so this is a pretty simple song automation wise, at least. A lot of this stuff just, you know, is not getting used because I'm not playing guitar. Including the biggest thing about Cubase is it has a lot of good built-in plugins. Oh, nice. That makes a huge difference. And yeah, I would say Reaper, it does MIDI editing okay, but I always feel like there's something about the MIDI editor in Reaper that I really don't care for. I don't know what it is, but there's something about it that I think is just not very good. That it's just like still needs some work. You found Space Jump and Screw Attack at the end of Gauntlet. Nice. That makes for a nice easy seed. Overscreen bypass off. What's this? This is turning on the Nirvana. Okay. That all looks correct. Got a little bit of compression, but we're not actually using the compressor, I don't think. I want to get a hardware compressor for it anyways. I don't need this center automation knob. Lack of good Mackie control support. I thought I had a pretty decent Mackie Huey support. Does it not? I could be wrong about that. The fader port that I use, I think uses Mackie Huey, but maybe not. It might have its own proprietary thing. It's a plugin someone wrote. Gotcha. That's true with a lot of things with Reaper, that it's like a third-party add-in thing rather than being a natively supported thing. That does make a difference. Is that automation's kind of gross, but I don't really want to change it. It hasn't worked as well as the Cubase support has. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Windows has been, like, Windows made an update that really kind of screwed over my hardware controller, so I don't use it as much anymore as I would like to, because I have to, like, kind of go reset it every single time because of whatever stupid thing Windows decided to do. So this should be 294. I don't know why what prompted Windows to change something, but it's really obnoxious. This is just in the sake of having less. Oh god. Can I just set the value of all of these points? Set point value to +3. Oops. That didn't do what I wanted it to do. Because I hit the multiply button. Is this actually a point? No, okay. So this one I want to set to +3. Then I can delete that one, and then I want to set this one to +3. I need to pull that dialog box down so you can actually see it. The other thing that is hard for me to walk away from Reaper from, and this is more a familiar, like, admittedly more of a familiarity thing than it is anything else, but I just really like the abilities for managing larger projects. It's hard to manage larger projects, and Reaper has a lot of tools that really help me with that. Okay, so there's nothing here. You have some automation, but it looks fairly clean, except for this is maybe unnecessary. It's fine, it goes to 0 dB, it's fine. Okay. Okay, so that's all routed correctly. That's routed. It's sending to Nexus and to Omnisphere Channel 2. Oh, that's how it always is with every DAW, right? Like, it'd be real nice if you could get all of the features. Like, the only thing I like about Pro Tools is its playlist system, I think, beats out Reaper's take system. There's also things I like about the take system, though, so that's not entire. Oh my god, did I really have that muted? Now I gotta reprint the mix. I'll do that once I'm done with stream, though, because that's the only thing that needs to change. Can't believe I did that. This is all just at 0 dB. Okay. So this is looking pretty clean. Like the way folders work. Yeah, folders are super awesome. Sadly, when I built this 2 years ago, or when I started, folders were giving me, once I got like a really large project going, I started having issues with performance. And I think it was just routing issues. So this project doesn't use folders anywhere near as much as I like using folders, because I like to hit them pretty hard. Same with these automation items. I would like to use automation items a lot more, but I have to be a little bit careful about them, because once you get a couple, 2,000 or 3,000 of them into a project, it starts struggling a little bit. So I built it and I had like 3,000 automation items for controlling everything, and I had to go wipe them all out and go back to just points, because somehow just points is better. It's very strange. I'm not going to worry about all of that because it doesn't matter. That's the aux keys. That's the fade in for the VCA. Okay. Everything looks neat and tidy. I'm gonna have to do Camsys automation once I ever have the desire to do all of that. The folders are really just containers. They don't have any real features to them. That's kind of a bummer, because folders can be really like a nice, easy way of quickly submixing or putting effects on a lot of different stuff. I find them pretty helpful a lot of the times. Okay. I think we're pretty good here. Let's go take a listen to one of the other mixes, I think. Yeah, it's pretty handy when you have to do something kind of in a pinch. So what's another one that Dini is probably going to play with us? I mean, obviously there's Dire Docks, but I feel like the mix on that one, well, let's go listen to the mix. We're just gonna throw it up and mix it. Let me kick over to screen 2. And let's get back to my multi-page. This is gonna be the hard part, is that Deanie and Eric, yo, Lined Alchemy, thank you so much for the follow. Really appreciate you. Turn this down. I don't like not having it in the DAW because I can't have it duck, which I should just build that. Any rate, once these keyboards load up here, we can play through this one and see how it sounds. Okay, we're loaded. Let's see where we're at here. Don't mind the glitch. Okay, so we're way too quiet overall. That's a bummer. Because I really don't want to, let's go back to Reaper. Sorry about that. Not excited about turning all of these up like I did with the other one, but I might have to do it. Because, yeah, we're way too quiet. Way too quiet. So let's get the volumes right. Let's do that first. It's one of the things I need to learn to be better about, is that volume is first, then other things. So guitar 2 output. Actually, you know what? Let's just do volume. The auxiliary guitar volume. And we need to balance all these as well. The keys output volume. And the bass output. We're just going to do a rough real fast. We're going to rough everything up. And then from there, I'll do balancing. Does this have any samples? Apparently not. It's all live. That's kind of cool. And then I need the effects output volume. So I think we need to go up like a good... Oh man, and Eric's already turned up a little bit. Is there a way for me to bring all of these points up 1 dB? I think there is. I've just got to remember where the shortcut is. So if I grab all of those, actually I might have a thing for this. Automation. That's kind of surprising that I don't have something for that. I think I should just go ahead and do it now. Let's find, see the action lists, and what we want is automation lane. I want to do 1 dB. Let's see if I can find where this is at. I feel like I already have this somewhere. Should be an option here somewhere to like increase active fader a tiny bit. That's certainly not precise enough for what I want to be able to do. I just want to be able to move them all up by 1 dB. Where are you? There should be like a 1 dB increment. That's for active takes and items, but not for automation points. Bummer. I thought that there was a way to do this, like to just like bump all the points up by 1 dB. That's a huge bummer. I'll bet you that there is a way to do it. I'm just not smart enough. Let's see here. There's no pre-volume. This kind of is actually, well, there's a trim volume, and that, I think the trim volume is pre-fade, I think. The only reason I'm not wanting to do that is that it's adding 1 new lane of automation, and I'm kind of nervous about adding lanes of automation because I already have so many, and it's already so resource intensive. But I think the trim volume happens before the output volume. Let's find out. It doesn't have to be. There is like I think that there is a way to do it just with a knob. It's just that volume pre-effects. There's volume. I think trim volume's what I want. Let's consult the manual. I want to know for sure. Reaper trim volume. Automation versus trim volume. Trim is a way to augment your volume automation and has some special actions. Great. I don't want to watch a video. I just want post fader sends are post trim volume automation like you would want. Okay. So I think that that is what I want it to do. So let's turn it up by 3dB. Which almost makes me wonder, oh, I lost my track when I zoomed out. Makes me wonder if this is really the way I want to do this or not. We'll find out. Let's do this real quick. I'm going to solo this guitar real fast and just check on this ending. Feels like, is it affecting the send levels? No, it's not. So let's turn it up 3 dB. Okay, the rest of them, I am going to have to start doing this. Oops, I forgot to turn off the song list bot. Okay, so boy, we're adding a whole bunch of new layers of automation that I really didn't want to have to do. But this makes it so I have 2 layers, one that I can make like adjustments to, one that I can do overall balancing. Is the downside of, okay, so that's at least, I don't have to do it that way. I can just do it here at the output stage. What else? The bass doesn't make any changes, so we can just go up 3 dB with it. What about the drums? They're all pretty straightforward, so we can go up 3 dB. There's so many things about this that like I wish I would have known, and I don't know how it is for your stuff for after, because I know most of everyone else is smart and does things in single sessions. But there's so much that I wish I would have known that I was going to do going into this, because I would have designed the system in a very different way. Maybe not very different, but there's just a few parts of this system that are disconnected from each other in ways that I don't care for. Okay, so there's 3 dB up across the board. Let's see how that looks on the meter. Let's reset it and go. Getting closer. This part's not the loudest part of the track though, so it kind of makes sense. This is the loud part, and we're pushing up now. Oh, okay, I see. Your live show's all in one project, but you stemmed it all down. That's honestly a much smarter way to do it. The only reason I haven't done that or didn't do that is because since I have multiple performers, a lot of times you want to be able to send a little more kick to one of them, or so like I don't stem it out so much because I want to be able to do that, you know, for everybody. Unfortunately, it would be so much better if I didn't have to. And also, like, I don't know that this is, feel free to tell me that I'm a complete and total moron here for after, like, but I don't need these fade to blacks anymore, so I'm going to get rid of them. But I do still kind of feel like, since I'm like piping everything out into a mastering chain and mastering it live like that, I feel like sending stems versus sending the individuals might have a slightly different result. But then when I think about it, I'm sending a 2-track out anyway, so maybe it's all in my head. I think that it's likely that it's all in my head. I think that Eric's guitar is okay, yeah, it's probably the exact same then. I feel like the guitar playing, the lead guitar, is just in general quiet. I want to hear it here and see how I feel about it. It's about as close as you're gonna get. Okay, like, I really don't think it's that much different, you know? Your mastering chain live is different. I was doing that for a while, and now I've kind of settled in on a mastering chain, and I just mix everything into it all the time. I know it's almost a little bit lazy, but it works, you know? Yeah, I feel like we're a little quieter. Like, I feel like the lead guitar could come up. It's the melody. Yeah, so the way I get away with that, like, dealing with the latency thing, is that this is going to sound really, really stupid. And I don't know if I've explained this before, but essentially, like, here, I'll show it and explain it. Essentially, I have, like, the rack-mounted interfaces, so the whole mix gets split at a certain point. Like, there's a part where the individual stuff gets sent down to buses that send out to a headphone amplifier that's over in the rack, and all of us get fed that mix. Then a 2-track comes out 2 different tracks to the input of a different interface, where the mastering chain gets applied and then sent out to the stream, so that, like, we don't have to listen to the latency. That way, like, I can use the mastering plugins without monitoring the latency. So it's kind of weird. We're listening to, like, non-mastered audio, which is not the same mix, which is the whole reason why I'm doing this, by the way, because, like, my mastering chain balances everything out okay. But if I don't get, like, accurate LUFS so that the songs are at least in the same ballpark, they'll sound decently volume matched for stream, but wildly different in our headphones. So I'm trying to, like, learn to balance that, like, mastered versus non-mastered mix so that it doesn't sound terrible to us. It's kind of a weird setup, but it sort of works. But yeah, that way, like, if you, like, while this is playing, if I scroll down here, like, I have everything kind of broken out. So, like, this setup here is all, like, the reverbs. So you can see here there's, like, 480 send and 480 return. Essentially, I'm going to turn this down while I talk about this. But, like, over here in console, I have, like, my reverb out here on a virtual channel, and I send out to the console and then bring it back into the DAW. So again, like, the DAW is not processing any of the reverbs and delays. So all of my, like, heavy latency stuff, I send virtually back out into the console as if it were outboard gear, and then print it back in real time. And then all of those things get sent down to these buses right here that are our headphone buses. And so, like, if my brother's like, I'd like a little bit more, you know, kick drum, I can come down to his headphones and I can turn the kick drum up. And it doesn't affect the rest of us. It doesn't affect the stream. Just like any other digital mixer, it's just kind of a pain in the ass to do it through, here. Now, why is the mastering clipping? It's clipping because the volume got turned up a little bit. Hopefully all that made sense. But yeah, like, if I were to disable all the mastering plugins, that's, like, the actual volume and sound of the track. So the mastering chain imparts a lot of the loudness. That way I can mix it pretty reasonable levels, and I hit it with, like I'll show you the mastering chain. It's got a tape emulator. Well, I guess first things first, it comes into a preamp. Goes into this Neve preamp, into the tape, then a Moog EQ, then I'm doing some bus compression, and then finishing it up with this limiter that's not even hitting all that hard, really, oddly enough. But so that's like the mastering chain. It goes through the channel strip, tape, EQ, which I feel like this EQ is a big part of my sound. Like I add a lot of low end, and it just really kind of brings the mix together. Same with this SSL compressor. Just adds so much of the juice to the mix, in my opinion. I feel like weird things are happening in the camera changes. Let's watch through the camera changes and see if anything goofy happens. Let's go over to vMix and watch through it. At any rate, thanks for visiting my TED Talk. Overly complicated for no reason, for no benefit. All right, I've got to actually like pay attention to these camera, excuse me, changes and make sure nothing stupid's happening. Oh, I passed it. I don't like that all these are dead on the beat, but I need to make some alterations to that. Okay, we're gonna take a real quick break right here. Yeah, I know you're gonna hang up on me. Because I want to go to Nexus, because this pad is too good and it doesn't get enough love in this track. So let's see here. Where is it getting used? Is the only place where it's happening here in this section? Why no here? Do I have to open up the output too? Oh, it's because I don't have the MIDI soloed. Stupid me. Like, listen to that. So let's bring that up like to 0, I think. Let's just bring it up to 0 and see how it sits in the mix. Because like I don't want it to be obnoxiously overtaking the mix, but I do feel like it could be more present in my mix. Come on, get to 0. Let's hear how that sounds. Okay, let's go back. I think that's okay for now. I might still revisit it later, but I think that was good. So let's check it out. Check the cameras out from this section. Hello, computer buffer underrun. I gotta work on this. Having all these change right on the beat is just so boring. got a little bit loud there for a moment, but I think that's okay. It's fine to break that -20 for good aggressive sections. We got longer fade times. Oh, that's weird. That's definitely not something that I want to have happen. There was that weird T-bar fade. That's not supposed to be there. So let's take a look in Reaper and see what's going on with that T-bar fade, because that should not be there. Is it here in transitions? I don't know what in the hell I was thinking putting that there, but we're just gonna say no. We don't want to do that. So where was all that at? Let's kind of go back through the solo. Switch those around. That's better. I don't know how I feel about that wipe, but I think I have a better wipe than that, but I'll deal with that later. Also looks like I have like a fade to black happening here that I'm probably going to want to get rid of. We'll see. It works, but it's very unnecessary. So I'm going to get rid of it because I put that kind of thing in there at a point in time where I wasn't able to do real fade to blacks with my lighting. And so I think it makes more sense to just fade away with this multi-shot. Maybe. Well, no, that did kind of look like shit, didn't it? Let's bring the T-bar back and yeah, the fade to black's not bad. I'll have to see it in the final video to know how I feel about it for sure, but it seems like it was okay. It at least wasn't absolutely horrible. Any rate, I think we'll print that one, and then I'm gonna call that a night. I think I'll probably be back tomorrow night doing this again. And, you know, I'm just gonna print this off stream because there's no real reason for me to do it here on. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you for coming in and hanging out for After. Good to see you. Wolf Dog, thank you so much for the raid. Also, if you don't already follow For After Ever, make sure you do. Awesome music, and I'm super excited to hear your new stuff coming out. I'm going to try and be better about doing this more often because I've been kind of a lazy piece of shit and not doing it, and I need to not be that. So anyway, thanks so much for coming in and hanging. See you soon.